Hello guys, it's a pleasure to have you with me. So today I want to answer a specific questions and then it's the question is how much you might have if you file your tax with one kid. So let's make it clear. Let's say how much more you might have like a refund if you file your tax with one kid. Because your refund, there is different part of your refund. You have your the federal income tax you pay, they're different variable. But we want to give you an answer. Let's see, the fact that you have one kids, how much more that bring on your refund. Okay, that's the specific questions, okay? So that you will understand it. So, first of all, let's say the fact that you file with one kid, that doesn't mean you're gonna have a refund. Because in some situation, you will have to pay. Okay, so it depends on the level of your income. You know that. Okay, it depends on your income. So there is different variable to consider if you want to have an estimation, if you want to know how much one child, okay, the fact that you have one dependent, there is different variable you need to consider. First of all, you need to consider your level of income, okay, your level of income for the year. And then you need to consider also your filing status. Are you filing single, head of household, or are you filing married filing jointly? There is another variable also, which is the the age of your child, of your dependent. Generally speaking, if your dependent is under 17 years old, you got 1,000 additional. They call it addition. You might have 1,000 additional credit for kid under 17 years old. Okay, so that's variable that explain how much one dependent bring on your refund if you have the refund. Okay, so let's say the maximum, what we call the earned income credit, okay, for one kid, it's 3,373, $3,373. That's the maximum when you have one dependent, 3,000. If this dependent is under 70 years old, the maximum is 1,000, which gives you the maximum is 4,373 for one dependent. I say that's the maximum. That doesn't mean you automatically qualified for the 4,373. So let's take a specific questions. You are single, head of household, you filing with one kids. What it will take to get these to get the earned income credit, which is the maximum, which is 3,372. If you are single, head of household, your your income for the year should be between, for one kid, 9,883 and to 18,100. So you should be between this range, 9,880, 18,100. If you are in this margin, you get this maximum, which is 3,373 if you are single, head of household, filing with one kid. So that's the way you should understand. Which means this is the maximum, the 2,000. Which means as your income, that means if you are outside this margin, let me make it clear. The margin for single, head of household, with filing with one kid should be 9,880, 18,100 to get this maximum, which is 3,273. If your kid is under 17 years old, you got an additional 1,000. They call it additional child tax credit. Okay, so which means if you're outside, let's say if you got 20,000, you're not gonna get the 3,273. It's gonna decrease. How much it depends. You might have only 3,000, not the 300, which means you go from 19,000, 20,000, 25,000, 29,000. Okay, you understand it? 25. So these 3,000 will go to 2,000, 1,000 until you don't have nothing at all, which means once your income reach 39, 296,000, you don't have nothing from the earned income tax credit. It's zero. That's which means from these 3,373, you have nothing if your income for the year is 39,296. So that's the way you should understand it. It's the same thing also if your income is too low. So if your income is 6,000, okay, 5,000, you're not gonna get the maximum. It will decrease too. That's the way you should understand these 3,273 that one dependent bring annual refund. It's really up to your earning. Okay, so which means if your filing status is not single, you married filing jointly, your income might be higher. Okay, because you know when you are as a married filing jointly, is going to be the income of the two spouse, which means the margin might be higher. You still got some because they're going to combine both income at the same time. So then the range can be higher, and then you still got something from these 3,000. But still, there is a limit. Once you reach for married filing jointly, once you reach 44,846, nothing from the 3,372. This is for married filing jointly. Okay, so let's go for, let's say if you have like three child. Okay, normally for three child the maximum, that's really interesting, for the earned income credit, it's 6,269. You see, that's really interesting. You got three kids, you might have for the earned income credit only, you got 6,269. But to get this maximum, your income again, your income for the year should be between 13,870 to 18,100. You should be in this margin to get this maximum for three dependent. It's 6,269 only for the earned income credit. Imagine if all those three kids are under 17, you got 3,000 for each for the additional tax credit. Only for earned plus the additional give you 9,269. And so again, it depends really off your income for the year. Okay, so the problem is, don't go to a tax office and say them, oh, I got one kid, I'm supposed to have like 3,000, I'm supposed to have like 4,000. It depends on your earning. There is other variable also to consider. There is different kind of deductions that you may use, that cannot be interesting. Every person have different situation. If you have investment that may impact your tax return too, if you invest, that can decrease or increase your income. There is different variable. Okay, there is not a single answer for a tax return. I'm give you, a broad view, generally speaking, what one child bring you. Okay, that doesn't mean the fact that one child is 3,273, which means two child gonna be 6,600. Two child 5,572 for the earned income credit. Again, that's the maximum. But your income for the year should be around 13,870, 13,870 and 18,100 to get this maximum. Again, for two kids, the earned income credit only it's 5,572. But to get this maximum, your income for the year should be around 13,873, 18,100. If you are in this range, you got this earned income credit, which is 5,572. The earned income credit only. Other variable there is other variable that will add to your tax refund, your federal income tax you pay. The additional tax credit will be 1,000 if the kid is under 17 years old. Okay, so you have an idea. You know, the earned income credit, the way it's work. But like I told you, anytime you are outside of the range, okay, you don't get this maximum. As your income goes up, these earned income decrease. The same thing, if your income is too low, the earned income credit will decrease also. Okay, you have a broad idea of what it is. So remember this year, like I told you, because of the earned income credit, don't expect to get your refund early. It's gonna be late. So guys, again, I hope that was helpful, and stay tuned for other tips on your tax return. So you can, if you want, I'm here to help you. You can stay in touch with me if you need my help. If you need my help for your tax return. So stay tuned and see you for my next tips on your tax return. Right.